Drinking buddies. We got a really exciting opportunity going for us here today. We have pretty much all of the Pappy lineup. We just don't have the 23 here, but we have the rest versus Prudent Pappy. Let's go.
I'm your drinking buddy.
All right, drinking buddies. So in one of these glass is Old Rip 10 in 107 proof. In one of these glasses is Van Winkle Lot B, which is 90.2 proof, I believe. I'll put it right here if I'm right. Pappy 15, which is 107 proof. Pappy 20, which is 90.2 proof. And this Prudent Pappy, which is 103.8 proof. And it is a blend of 2 parts Maker's cask strength to 1 part Larceny small batch. And when you do the math, it equals out to that proof. Why would you blend those 2 things together? Well, they're both wheaters, and when you blend them together, you make something that kind of tastes a little bit like Pappy. It's younger, but you're getting the same sort of flavor profile. Don't know why it works, but it does. And this one is home-aged, so I dropped a barrel spiral in this for a few weeks. So the one thing that I think that knocks Prudent Pappy is it's got a little bit of a youthy flavor compared to Pappy, because Pappy is 15 years. Prudent Pappy is, 6 to 8, somewhere in there. But that barrel spiral adds in an extra layer of complexity and helps round out those youth edges. Now, I often get a lot of comments when I talk about these barrel spirals that you can't fake Kentucky and, those barrel spirals are trash because you didn't really age it in a barrel. Well, let me start by saying, if you were to take one of those barrel aging spirals and drop them in new make, yes, you are right. You're probably not going to get a very good product. But something like Larceny Small Batch and Maker's Cask Strength have already been aging in Kentucky for 6 to 8 years, and it's a pretty good product to begin with. So when you add in that barrel spiral, you're just almost doing a second oak experience. You're almost doing a double oak thing. But it's already been aged in Kentucky. You're not faking anything. You're just adding a little bit more complexity, and you're kind of rounding out those edges. So that's what I look for when I'm doing one of these experiments. It's not something that I feel like is a good idea to use in new make or moonshine. Anyway, I rambled a little bit too long there. Happy Van Winkle. Let's go. Ooh. This smells really nice. It smells really nice. Cherry, brown sugar, bourbon, vanilla. A lot of those Buffalo Tracy notes. Maybe a little bit of a grape thing. Yeah, subtle grape. Oaky cherry. Little bit thin on mouthfeel, but nice finish. For lower proof, that's kind of going on and on and on. Huh. Very vanilla, and a lot of oaky cherry. That's pretty darn good. Reminds me a lot of Weller 12, so maybe that could be the Lot B. I'm not going to try to guess from here on out, but I'm going to let you know when I have an idea in my head and I think something is something. Oh, now this is a different nose. This is more caramely. This is a little darker. This is a little, instead of cherry, it's more like blackberry and maybe raisin. Sweeter, younger. Tiny little bit of a peanut thing on the finish, but it's mostly cherry vanilla, maybe even cherry vanilla cola type vibes. No spice coming through here, nothing like a rye spice thing or anything like that, because these are all wheaters, but sometimes there's a little bit of, you get a little spiciness on a wheater sometimes, so that's what I mean. There's no rye up here is what I was trying to say. Or no rye in the mash bill. They're all bourbons, obviously. All right. Now this one smells a lot like glass too. Very similar nose, where we're talking about those like darker, richer, dark cherry. Wow, it's like dark cherries and blackberry and raisins, like darker fruits. That one's a little bit higher proof than the first two. Yeah, that right there drinks like just like bourbon. That is like bourbon, vanilla, brown sugar, cinnamon. That's just like straight up standard bourbon notes all around, with a little bit of a nice oaky thing and a little bit of cherry. But yeah, that just drinks like if you asked AI to make all of the normal flavors of bourbon, they would give you this. And I don't mean that as an insult. I mean literally, it's like everything. What I should say is it's everything you want out of a bourbon. It's a little bit in your face with a little bit of proof, but you know, it's well balanced, great finish, great mouthfeel, complexity. Yeah, that's really good. Okay, now this is an oaky gal. This, I think, is the oakiest one so far. So this is the oakiest one. Anyway, on here, on the nose, it smells very oaky, but it doesn't taste as oaky. It's cherry vanilla cola. You know, something I noticed off the first one, but really like more pleasant mouthfeel and a little bit more of a longer finish than some of these other ones. Dang, I just realized I didn't mark glass. Luckily, I wasn't paying attention when I poured. I really didn't do that on purpose. I accidentally used one of my Grand Marnier glasses. The rest are all blank, but I swear I didn't do that to give myself any hints. I literally have no idea. Okay. All right, I think this is dramatically the best nose so far. Yeah, two's nose is really good too, and one's nose is really nice. This is, wow. Yeah, oaky, cherry. There's something really familiar on here. It's sweet tea. Little sweet tea. Caramely. Yeah, man, I'm just kind of in love with the nose right now. Yeah, that's like a decadent level of sweetness. It is really sweet in a great way. It's like great mouthfeel, drinks syrupy and viscous, very thick. Nice cherry, nice vanilla. I know I'm saying a lot of the same notes over and over again, but they're the same mash bill, and the same whiskey, just at different ages. So that might happen. Sorry if I'm repeating myself, but yeah, they all have the same sort of notes. I think that one's my favorite so far. Definitely had dramatically the best nose in it. I think it dramatically has the best finish. I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna go through these again. I'm really gonna take my time, try to figure out which one's my favorite. When I come back, I'll rank them best to worst. We definitely had an amazing flight here. I just want to say thank you to Nana's Kitchen for this. I was able to purchase these samples from Nana's Kitchen instead of doing the flight that he did in-house because I wanted to do a video to share it with you. So he did this flight at Nana's Kitchen. I'm doing it at home so that I could share it with you, and he allowed me to do that. So if you're in Tucson, Arizona, if you're in Arizona, make a trip down to Nana's Kitchen because he does awesome things like this where you can buy a Van Winkle flight once a year, but it's something that he does. He has a great bottle shop. You can buy bottles from him. And the best thing is like, example, 2 days ago, I was like, hey, buddy, I really want to get that Knob Creek tent, the 10-year rye. And he was like, yeah, no problem. He got it for me in 2 days. Like, he had it available the next day, and I picked it up the day after that. So that's the type of thing that I'm just really thankful for. And the fact that he's, able to do awesome stuff like this so that I can share it with you. So, I just paid for my flight and brought it home with me. Anyway, there are some standouts here. I feel like the top 3 are sitting on a mountaintop, and the other 2 are sitting on the ground floor for me. I feel like there are 3 up here that just stand leaps and above the rest, and the other 2 drop flat for me. This is the best one, and it's close. It's actually much closer than I expected, because this one is just right behind it. I love the oaky thing on here. I will say this is obviously the 20 because of how oaky it is, but it is not over oaked. Generally, I get worried with anything over 15 years when it's proof down below 100 can often get over oaked. Bourbon, any bourbons over 15 years that can happen with. But this is not over oaked. It tastes great, but I'm pretty confident this is the 20. Like I said, I'm not doing bottle guesses. I just wanted to let you guys know that that's the vibes I'm getting. So first place is this one, second place is this one, third place is this one, whatever's in glass 2. And these 2 right here in the front row are falling a little flat to me compared to these. Are these excellent whiskeys? Yes, these are excellent whiskeys. But when you're talking about the rarity and challenge and difficulty it is to find a Van Winkle product, the 2 in the front row, you might want to skip, just purely because of how hard they are to get, how much time and effort you have to put into getting one of these. It's insane to grab a Van Winkle. I've owned a 10 and I owned a 12 briefly before I traded it for a Thomas Handy. But the others, I've never even dreamed of owning. I have it. If I wake up, if I'm dreaming that I own a Van Winkle, it's like, this is not a joke. I had this dream. I went to the store to pick up my lottery bottle and I won a Van Winkle, and it was Pappy Van Winkle finished in a pickle barrel. That's the type of dream I had, because even landing a real Van Winkle isn't even a dream. It's a hallucination. But anyway, yeah. So least favorite, we'll go these 2 first. My least favorite was this one, which was the 10. I'm surprised I put it below the 12. But this one to me just drank just average. It just drank like standard, like regular bourbon, like nothing extra special to me. Maybe it's just because of what it's surrounded by. Then this one, which was the 12, I'm surprised I put that above the 10. Normally I like Weller 12 over the Lot V12. Anyway, number 3 was this one, which I guess that must make it the Prudent. Yeah, that's crazy. So Prudent came in 3rd place. So it didn't beat the Pappies, but it beat both Van Winkles. It really does a good job of making flavors similar to this. The only thing that I think kind of might give it away is I'm realizing now that there is a little bit of that peanut thing that you're probably picking up off the larceny. But that's not why I put it in 3rd place. I put it in 3rd place because I really like it. And I think it did drink better than those 2. It just did. 2nd place, this has got to be the 20. Yeah, 20. So obviously the 1st place was the 15. It is the king of... So Pappy 15 is the king of non-barrel proof whiskeys. Man, I'm going to pause this real quick. We're going to do something. All right, drinking buddies, you're getting a bonus episode here because I wanted to see if so I generally think they're both 107 proof. This is 12 years. The Van Winkle is 15. I generally think that one of these 2 whiskeys is the best non-barrel proof whiskey there is. I'm a barrel proof guy. I like a higher proof thing. At 107 proof, it is really difficult to beat Jack Daniel's 12 or Van Winkle or Pappy 15. So we're going to mix these up. That's pretty all it takes to confuse my lizard brain. All right. Nose wins over here. Similar things. Both have some oaky cherry. A little more bourbon vanilla over here. And this one has a little bit of an herbal tea thing. This is a nutty cherry vanilla cinnamon, and this one's more of like a cherry vanilla, little slight grape thing. So it's kind of obvious which is which, but it's not. That's not what we're doing here. We want to know which is best. Dang. It's really too bad because I really wanted the Jack to win, but it's just not better. It's not. I'm pretty sure this is the Jack, yeah. This is the Jack, and it's just not better. Unfortunately, the king of non-barrel proof whiskeys is Pappy 15, and it's going to remain so. I definitely think this whiskey is better than Old Rip 10, though, so if this is something that you can find, because obviously you can't find Old Rip 10, this is really good whiskey. But what did we learn today? Instead of buying Van Winkle Lot B or Pappy 10, Old Rip 10, blend up some Prudent Pappy. If you want to use my label, it's available on my Instagram. So just go to my Instagram, Drink Buddy Drink, and you can print that label and put it on your bottle. Anyway, drinking buddies, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all of you. I wouldn't be able to do awesome videos like this if it wasn't for you. Every time you guys like the videos, every time you guys subscribe to the channel, you make this thing possible. I could not do this without you. You are amazing. You are all legendary. Especially my channel members. I really couldn't do this without you. You guys are amazing. I love chatting with you every day in the Discord. Some of you have become some of my best friends, and it's awesome. I can't believe that I have you guys. You rock. Well, drinking buddies, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Cheers.
I'm your drinking buddy.